How you doing out in YouTube land? So today we're working on a 1984 Mitsubishi Satoh Mitsubishi Beaver 3 edition. This is the S373D model, 3-cylinder diesel, and I just picked this tractor up. It runs good and everything. The issue is these rear brakes were squeaking like something awful. Apparently there's a lot of complaints about this. I mean, there's not a lot of information on these things that I was able to find. There's some YouTube videos and stuff, but I wanted to show everybody basically what I found. I called a guy in Virginia. He's been messing with these things for like 40 years. He was very helpful and informative. But this is real easy repair. There's no service information or videos I found for this issue. But basically what happens is your brake pads or brake shoes, they get glazed over and they look like glass. So this is real easy. I mean, you don't even have to pull the wheel. I pulled the fender off. A lot easier moving that heavier wheel. You got, I think it's 6 12mm bolts. You're gonna drop your brake link off of the armature on the cover plate. And literally, let me get this focused in for you guys. So literally, this cover pops right off. Hopefully you don't have one that's seized on there, but I just wiggled mine and it popped right off of there. Your brake drum, if you look real close here, if I can get the camera to zoom, there is a groove. So there's just a snap ring that holds the brake drum on there. No big deal. Pull your cover off, follow me over here to the workbench, and basically what you'll get, this has already been cleaned up, but inside of your brake drum will be all shellacked and silver. Some of you guys might have rust in them, but I just take some regular, I hit it with some 80 grit, some sandpaper here real light, and then give it a fine polish with the emery cloth. And then your brake shoes are basically all contained on the backing plate here. Now these have already been cleaned up. Same thing over here. I got a little bit of grease on there. I got to get back off of there yet. But these will be black, shiny, like glass. And what you want to do is don't breathe this stuff if you can avoid it. Take your 80 grit sandpaper and maybe a file, not a real aggressive flat file. Run your file across like this, put the brake pads in the vise, and these just fold up off of here. You grab both of them and they fold up off of the pins. And then get all that glazing off of the brake shoes here. And then while you're at it, pull this snap ring right here and then pull your armature out. And there's 2 rubber O-rings. Get down in there in the body here and clean out the rust and stuff where the shaft pivots here. And get some good waterproof grease on there, like a brake lubricant grease or whatever will be fine. And pretty much it's pretty simple. You pop your drum back on the shaft, throw the snap ring on there, bolt this down, just put a thin coat of silicone RTV on here just to keep dirt out, and then adjust your brakes up. Usually you can tell, I mean, it's a high-pitched squeal. It's horrendous. I couldn't tolerate it. But you can hear it kind of out of the left or the right wheel, or you might have it on both wheels. But with hand tools, this literally is about a half-hour project. So if you got some brakes squeaking on your 80s model Mitsubishi, I would imagine some other tractors that run this setup are probably susceptible to that noise as well. But 370s, 373Ds, some of the Mitsubishi MT models, 372s, they're all pretty much laid out the same. But basically this tractor had about 540 hours on it, and when I bought it, I mean, they were just squeaking to beat the band, and I couldn't tolerate it. And then just adjust your brakes back up by turning your pivot rod here, so that basically both pedals on this side, on your brake side here, and I don't know if some of you guys even know this or not, but I just found this out. You can flip this rod up and you can get individual braking, so you can use these as a cutter brake. So what you want to do is adjust these down, and basically, you know, when you start feeling this one grab, you know, obviously this isn't hooked up, but that's where the left brake should grab. You want to get those even, otherwise the tractor will kind of cut one way on you, and then, you know, you just flip that lever over and both the brakes are going to actuate at the same time. But pretty cool little tractor. So hopefully that helps a couple guys out. Maybe somebody's just wondering how to do this. It's not rocket science. Real simple repair. And hope that helps you out, and give it a try, and hopefully your brakes will be nice and quiet and not wake up the neighbors. So thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.